You excited? What are you doing?
Oh yeah, we're gonna catch some whoppers today. Truth is, the guy from church has caught, I think he said he caught 100 crappie and white bass last week. So in this exact location. So
What's the most you've ever caught?
down here,
Anywhere.
well, we don't really want to talk about that, but I think we caught 3 or 4 in the spring. But there was only one keeper, so we put it back. Crappie have to be, I think, 10 inches here. So we're not even close to a professional fisherman, that's for sure. I wish it was a little bit closer to the house, but it's about a 45-minute drive, and we just don't find much time to do that. And we'll have to measure him. He's gonna be close. All right, first one of the day. Hopefully more to come. I think we've maybe figured out the color to work with. All right, got the whole crew out. This is morning chores in the afternoon. We just got home from the lake. Didn't have much success catching fish today. We caught one, got several bites, but that's kind of what we're known for, not catching very many fish. But we've got to move the poultry netting for the layers and for the meat birds too. So we've got a little bit of work to do. We're gonna have to do some mowing down the grass where we're going to be moving the layers to, so the electric netting doesn't keep getting ground out. So that's the watermelon patch way over there, what's left of it anyways. This is where I want to mow, and we want to run those layers over in this general area. The only problem is I think there's a garden hose in here somewhere, so we'll have to find the garden hose obviously before we can start mowing, but boy, I don't see it anywhere. I found it. Good deal. So all those, we've already got plenty of watermelon in the house, so all these watermelon we'll give a couple to the chickens down here, and then we'll slowly start giving the rest to the pigs. They always like them. Grab that orange hammer and let's go ahead and start up by the meat birds so we can get them fed. So we're gonna kind of run backwards today and go knock the meat birds out, get them moved to fresh grass, since we weren't here this morning to get them moved. So it's gonna take a little bit because we've got to take down at least part of the electric netting so we can get them moved over, and then we may come back up after we feed everybody else and set the electric netting back up.
So it looks like you can tell this was yesterday's paddock pen, and then you can see how dirty and gross this one is. This was 2 days ago. This started to recover, and then 3 days, which looking pretty good now, and then 4 days is really good. And then 5 days, it looks like it's about completely recovered. So I would say about 5 days, and then it will be all recovered.
Well, that went a lot easier than it does sometimes. Molly, did you find a place to take a break? She's wore out from camp, and she didn't get to take her mid-morning nap today because we were at the lake fishing. So. Okay, well, you take the four-wheeler up and make sure the pigs got plenty of feed, and I guess you may as well just go ahead and do some of their waters also while you're up there.
Okay. Okay, we're up at the pig pen to see if the pigs have enough water and to put some water in their wallow. Gotta make sure that there's plenty of gravity to get the water down through the hose, since this tank's just gravity fed. But it looks like there's enough pressure, so that's good. Okay, bad news. I can't get the four-wheeler to start, so I'm gonna have to go down and ask my dad to help start it, and then we can drive it down.
So we've got part of the fence done. Ideally, you move your fence in the morning so you can shut them up at night, and then just leave them shut up in the coop, move it to wherever place you want to go, and then set up your netting in the new area, and then let them out. You don't have to worry about trying to keep them contained without fence. But today we've taken down part of the fence, put their feed and water in the new area. We're going to move over the coop, and then we'll kind of start just keeping them shoved into the fresh grass. Like you can see, these are starting to make their way a little bit further than we want to, so we're going to have to kind of work quick. right, so we got Caleb mowing in between the barns, and Caden's way down in the front yard mowing. We have way too many lawn mowers. I guess we should take advantage of that and all of us mow. Actually, I'm not gonna mow right now. I'm gonna go make sure all the electric netting is all hooked together and make sure it's hitting hard enough. So we only have one solar energizer, and we just run several different or separated paddocks off of the same energizer. I just bought a long strand of underground poultry net, or not poultry netting, underground electrical wire, and it's mainly used on farms to run underneath like drive accesses, so they don't have to keep on taking the fence down and in the driveways and areas like that, and then they can still have it connected. So we don't use it like that, but it was a lot cheaper. It was a lot cheaper than buying another energizer for sure. They're not very cheap, so we're making do with what we have. It's worked pretty good for the last, probably 2 or 3 years, I guess. We haven't ever had any problems with it, so that's how we do it. All right, so the laying flocks net is hitting at about 4,000, which is pretty good. So as long as this one has as long as the meat birds have a good connection with that clamp that we have on there, they should obviously be hitting at 4,000 too. Sometimes we have to move around that hook that we hook it together if it's not. So see, it's hitting at 2,500. So we'll move this around. So that whole net is not electrified. There's just little bitty wires on there that connect it. So let's see where we're hitting at now. I'm sure you probably can't see that, but we're at 4,000 now. So everybody should be safe. All right, so Caleb's about done mowing in between the barns. So every time we turn that mower off, we've got to use a jump box to start it. It's one of those things I can never remember to get a battery for the mower when we're at the store. So it's kind of frustrating. Even if we keep it on a trickle charger when we're not using it, the battery's so shot that the trickle charger can't even keep enough of a charge on it. So we just got to jump box it every time, which is kind of annoying. All right, done mowing. Well, done enough anyways. I don't know if we're ever completely finished mowing ever, but it's yeah, good enough for today anyways.